Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen and channel. So I'm going to show you my version of how I go about making this sea moss, and it's Irish sea moss. So you have to wash out the sands from the sea moss, and after when you wash it out, you have to squeeze one lime, the juice of the lime, and wash it properly with that. And now it's washed a couple of times, a few times. So now I'm going to soak it in some water here. It has to soak for like 30 to 60 minutes. Another 4 cups of water goes in. And I'm going to let this soak in here for 30 to 60 minutes. And after, I'll show you what it looks like and the next steps. So after the 30 minutes, when the sea moss has been soaking, so now it has softened up and swollen up a little bit. So I'm going to drain out this water that it was soaking in, because that's where the impurities or the debris or the sand grains that remained back came out. So I'm going to soak it, drain it, I'm going to drain it out, and I'll show you the next step. So I have drained it out. This is what it would look like. So you see it started up a little bit and now it's a lot because it has swollen. Now I just wanted you to see how it looks. This is what it would look like. Let me give you a closer look to it. This is what it would look like. It's softened now, right? So I'm going to put up this to boil with about it's 4 cups of milk I'm starting with, but before adding in the milk I have to boil it in water. So I'm going to start up with 4 cups of water to put it to boil, and I'm going to add, I have 2 bay leaves, and I have my cinnamon stick, and I have my nutmeg that I'll be cracking and grating it into the milk mixture when it's time to boil in the milk, or to add the milk, because you have to blend it with the milk. First we have to boil it with the water. So I'm going to get this started with, and I'll show you to the stove. So here I have 6 cups of water, my 2 leaves of bay leaves, my cinnamon stick, and I will add some grated nutmeg here, just to flavor up that water that sea moss is going to be boiled in. And here I will add the sea moss. That cinnamon stick and nutmeg and bay leaf is going to flavor up that water, and that is where the flavor is going to come in. So I'll show you when it's almost finished boiling. I'll show you how it gets, because this is going to be melted out, and then I'll show you when it cools down how to put it together with the milk and the sugar to sweeten it, and some extra cinnamon powder and grated nutmeg to the top. So it started to boil and it started to melt. As you can see, it turns to a gluey texture or consistency. So it's going to continue boiling for a little bit. I'm going to add some more water to it. And I'm going to let this come to a simmer again. It smells amazing in here with this bay leaf and the fragrance from the nutmeg. So even though it's going to be melted out here, you have to put that milk and some of this into the blender mug, or you can use a food processor or a magic bullet or whatever can break it down. Liquefy it and it's going to be nice. It will be a little thick, but that milk will thin it down to your consistency that you like. So I'll show you the next step. I will add some more hot water from my kettle. Because it's thick, as you can see. Now this is a tasteless drink as it is right here. That's why you have to mix it with the milk and sugar to sweeten it, or you can mix a little bit with like fruit juice. If you're making fruit juice, you can put a little bit in it as well, but they mostly use milk to make this drink, Seymour's drink. Right, as you can see, it is melted out. It still has a little thick piece here. I'm going to let it simmer a little bit, and as I said, it's tasteless right now. All you can taste in it is that cinnamon stick flavor and the nutmeg flavor and the bay leaf flavor. Other than that, there is no taste to it as it is right now. So it still has a few thick pieces. See how it is? It's like a glue, like a gel. So I'm going to add some more of that water. So altogether it's about 8 cups of water that it was boiled in until it has dissolved out. So I'm going to continue and let it simmer a little bit again, just for that rest of chunkiness to melt out or to dissolve out. And I'll let it cool down to temperature where it can go into the blender mug, and I'll show you the next steps. Stay tuned. So the Seymour's has cooled down, so I'm going to show you how to put it together. So in goes 1 cup of that cooled down Seymour's. In goes another cup. In goes another cup. Milk goes in. And we're going to cover it and we're going to blend this up. Make sure it's covered properly, and let me get blending and I'll show you. And with 4 cups, this is what I got, a whole jug. You can use 2 cups. I still have a whole full of the blender. This is just 1. So you can make it into batches, right? You can use 2 cups to start up. It depends on how much you want. I also this in the pot remaining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cup them out and put them in Ziploc bag and put it to freeze. So I'll have it for whenever I need to make drinks again. just the grated nutmeg. This is a sprinkle of cinnamon powder. Cheers. And you can always take the cinnamon stick and just turn up the cinnamon powder and the nutmeg powder. And if you don't like it on the thick side, you can add a little bit of milk again. And it's time to enjoy this delicious, nutritional drink. If you're lactose intolerant and you can't use the milk, you can always blend it with water. You can add a little touch of essence, a splash of essence to it as well too if you like it with the essence flavor. You can also blend it with some oats or nuts. As I said, you can use it in fruit juices as well. The gel, you can take like a quarter cup and blend it with a mug or a cup of fresh fruits, or orange juice. You can blend it with orange juice too. You can use condensed milk to sweeten it. I use sugar. You can up the sugar and use condensed milk. It is best served cold. So as I said, you can add your ice, okay, and make it as cold as possible because it's really tasty that way. You can use straws as well too. You can make it a his and hers drink and use the pink straw for the girls, the ladies, and the blue straws for the males. And you make it interesting, you know, and it's really nice. You don't have to necessarily put it in one of those fancy glass. You can also put it in a regular glass, right? You can top it off with your ice and you can pour. You see how it thicken up? So as I said, you can make it how thin or how thick you like it. And you see with the swirl, right? You can do all sorts of fancy stuff with it. And just give it that swirl. And make it all fancy and pretty looking in the glass, in the regular glass without the pattern. So you can do it in options, whatever you like, right? That's how you're going to do it. As I said, you can grate some nutmeg on the top of it. You can sprinkle some cinnamon powder as well. And this is really nutritious, I guess, for your body, for your joints, you know. So try it, right? And let me know how it comes out. As I said, you don't have to make it on the thick side, but the ice is going to melt and it's going to have a really nice consistency. So I hope you make it and enjoy it. It's very nutritional for the body as well, as I said, for your joints. It's natural collagen, right? And that's it.